Myself, Angita Tiwari from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology from IKSC department. I am going to take a session from the subject that is computer vision. Subject code is 317164. The module that we are going to cover is module number 2. Module name is image processing. The topic that we are going to cover in this module is nonlinear filtering, medial filtering, and bilateral filtering. So whenever we talk about nonlinear filtering, the filters we have looked so far have been linear. That means the response to a sum of two signals is the same as the sum of the individual responses. This is equivalent to what? To saying that each equivalent pixel is a weighted summation of some number of input pixels. So linear filtering are easier to compose and are amenable, that is, to frequency response analysis. So in many cases, however, better performances can be obtained by using a non-linear combination of neighboring pixels. We can say that the non-linear filtering, which is not a linear, but the response will be great because the summation of the two signals will be same. Because the sum of the individual responses which is getting it is not linear. Okay, so we can say better performances can be obtained by using this type of linear combinations. So consider, for example, the image in which where the noise rather than being Gaussian we have already seen in the last of the session, that is band pass filters, is short noise. That is, it occasionally has very large values. So in this case, regular blurring with a Gaussian filter fails to remove the noisy pixels. So, and instead turns them into softer, that is spots. So we can see in this case, regular blurring, okay, which with the Gaussian filter fails, will be used with respect to change in the filtering process. So the first type of non-linear filtering that we are going to see is median filtering. So a better filter which is used in this case is the median filter, which selects the median value. We know median, mean, median, mode, which has already been studied in mathematics, that is statistics. So a better filter which is used here will be the median value from which each pixel's neighborhood values will be taken, which will select it. So the median values can be computed in expected, that is linear time, using a randomized select algorithm that we have seen, and the incremental variants have also been developed. So since the short noise value usually lies well, that is outside the true values in the neighborhood, and the median filter is able to filter away such bad pixels. So in median filtering, one downside of the median filter, in addition to its moderate computational cost, is that means since it selects only one input pixel value to replace each output pixel, it is not as efficient as averaging away regular Gaussian noise. So first of all, the thing we have to filter. Filter means what? Some processes which is already there in the system, we need to filter it. Means here we have taken an example of noise. So with respect to noise, in the Gaussian, it is very difficult to remove that noise. So more filtering processes had been derived. So a better choice that maybe we can say alpha trimmed beam, we can say, which averages together all of the pixels except that the alpha fraction that are the smallest and the largest. So another possibility is to compute a weighted median in which each pixel, which is used a number of times depending on its distance from the center. So we can say with an example like original image with the Gaussian noise. Okay, some noise is also there, and it is the original image. How it is moving? The Gaussian filter. If we are doing the Gaussian filter, see the image is become very like we can say it's good almost, but something is still is being changed from the original filter. So with respect to that, if I am taking median filtering, so you can see the image is more like it is not very accurate to the original image, as we can see. Bilateral filter that we are going to learn after this, as you can see that in that you can see the all of the black of the part with the noise only it has gone. Okay, so some part of portion will be lost. Now the original image with the short noise, if I am talking about normally with the short noise, somewhat see how this image is being like very like noise is being seen in the images as well. So Gaussian filter, somewhat filtering is done with respect to because noise is being filtered out. In the median filtering, as you can see, more accurate diagram you can see that, and the bilateral it is almost it has been the noise will be affected at each and every portion of the original of the image. So here, as you can see, we can see that at some position the median filter is working very nicely, but at some position, like at a particular short noise, it is very good, but at something it is it is not preferable use. So these are the different filtering processes. Now median pixel, as we can take it, we are taking a median value of it. So here we have taken with a symbol, and we have taken example of 4, which is selected in a green form. Now selected alpha trimmed mean pixels, we will be taking the selecting it the alpha trimmed mean pixels from the image as well. And with respect to that, this with respect to factor that we need to have it, it is domain filter, that is numbers along the edges are pixel distances. Here the pixel distances are also given with respect to the options. See, this is the original image with respect to the value that we have taken. With respect to that, the distance is given here, okay, each and every point. So that is also defined. So domain filter with respect to point, it is multiplied, and the range filter is decided with respect to the scaling that we are taking it in order to remove it. So with respect to the removal of the point, okay, median filtering is being placed. Now this turns out to be equivalent to minimizing the weighted, that is objective function. So here we will be defining the function, that is summation, that is sigma k comma l, that is w of k comma l, which is being taken with f I plus k comma j plus l, which is minus with the g of I comma j with respect to p. So where g of ij is the desired output value and p equal to 1 for the weighted median. So the value p equal to 2 is the usual weighted mean, which is equivalent to the correlation after normalizing by the sum of the weights. So this is the function which is defined in order to minimize the weighted objective functions in the median filtering. So the weighted mean, also we can say deep connections to the other methods in robust statistics, which is such as influence functions. So nonlinear smoothing has another, that is perhaps even important property, that is especially since short noise is rare in today's data. So such filtering is more edge preserving, that is it has less tendency to soften edges while filtering away the high frequency noise. So consider the noisy image, as you can see, we have already seen in the diagram. In order to remove the most of the noise, the Gaussian filter is forced to smooth away high frequency details, which is most noticeable when you have the strong edges. Now the median filtering does better, but as mentioned before, it does not do as good as smoothing away from the discontinuities. So note that the bilateral filter fails to remove the short noise because the noisy pixels are too different from the relative. Here see, in the median and we can say the bilateral, everything is compared with the median value itself. So we are selecting a value, we are taking the neighboring values, we are counting it, and with respect to that the filtering process takes place. So we can say in median filtering it is better when it is good. It is not as good as with smoothing away from the discontinuities, but it is great at some places. But with respect to bilateral filter, the bilateral filter fails whenever it has to remove the short noise. So these are the two of the variations of cons and cons we can say of the median filtering as well. So while we could try to use the alpha trimmed mean or the weighted mean, these techniques still have a tendency to round sharp corners, since the majority of pixels in the smoothing area come from the background distribution. Now we talk about the bilateral filtering, and we have to learn about it only. Okay, so with respect to that, what if we combine the idea of a weighted filter kernel with a better version of the outlier rejection? Okay, so what if instead of rejecting a fixed percentage, that is alpha, we simply reject, that is pixels whose values differ too much from the central pixel value? How it will be differing? So this is the essential idea in bilateral filtering, which was first popularized in the computer vision, that is community, by the Tomasi and Manjucci, which is the scientists. They have been created with this bilateral filtering process in physics only. So with respect to that, it is a process by which a software, we can say pixels, whose values differ too much from the central pixel value. Is it so? So we will be going to see in the bilateral filtering, the output pixel value depends on the weighted combination of neighboring pixel value. How? So we are having a formula, that is g of I comma j, which is equals to sigma of k comma l, okay, with respect to the function a comma l, w, that is the weighted form, that is I j k l, and which is divided by the summation k l, that is w I j k l. Okay, so the weighting coefficient W ijkl depends on the product of a domain color. So we can say d of ijkl is equal to exp exponent is minus of I minus k whole square plus j minus l whole square whole, which is divided by 2 raised to tau, it is square of d. So with respect to that, it's a data dependent range kernel, we can say that as R of ijkl and is equal to expression that is f of ij minus f of kl, and which is divided by 2 tau square, that is R. So these are the two dependent range kernels that we have, and when multiplied together these yield the data dependent bilateral weight function. So bilateral filtering, as shown in the figure we will be seeing afterwards, of the bilateral filtering of a noisy step edge, we can say, note how the domain kernel, which is the usual Gaussian, which is the range of the kernel, measures adherence and also the similarity to the central pixel, and the bilateral filter kernel is a product of these two. So notice that the range filter uses the vector distance between the center and the neighboring pixel. Also, this is important in color images since an edge in any of the color bands signals a change in the material and hence the need to downweight a pixel's influence. So we can say it's a formula which is derived with the u part, that is vector, with respect to ijkl, which is defined with the expression that is exp, and the formula is derived with minus I minus k whole square plus j minus l whole square upon 2 tau square d minus, that is f of ij minus f of kl with respect to the modulus, which is defined whole square, which is defined by the 2 tau square r, and whole is the expression which is the form of vector u with respect to ijkl. So now with respect to all these influences, we need to show the example. How? So now is noisy step edge input, as you can see here, it is being shown here with an edge form. Okay, let then stepwise and then flat. Okay, so noisy step, which is already shown, domain filter Gaussian, as you can see. We have already seen this in Gaussian scale, Gaussian filters with Gaussian series. We have already seen in mathematics. The same thing is applied with the Gaussian algorithm and the Gaussian series example of the mathematics as well. So Gaussian formula is applied here only, and the same graph will be obtained with respect to the noise. So range filter, we can see the similarity. See with respect to this, with respect to the filtering process, that the domain filter that we are using it, and with the range how it is being supplied and implied, and how the similarity add to the center pixel value takes place. So bilateral filter here with respect to the two of the forms, see how it is coupled. See with respect to the noise, the two of the forms, that is range filters and domain filters. So the bilateral filters which is obtained, as you can see here, and also the filtered step edge output, you can see how it goes with the combination of different colors. Okay, you have to just see the colors also, like from the noisy step how the color combination is being takes place, what the domain filter, that is Gaussian, we are taking it, and how the range filter it is taking with respect to the stepwise value. Okay, with respect to domain only, because with respect to Gaussian only it will take place. Now this is how bilateral filter works with respect to different combinations of the color that we already have it. Okay, and the filtered step edge output, see there is some change. The stepwise will remain as it is, but with respect to the step and the color combination, it is changing. You can see in the diagram as well. So this is how the filtered step edge output takes place, and the 3D distance pixel, that is between the pixel, as you can see here. See, RGB color model, we are using it here, right, for the formula for the color pixel value. But as you can see there, the path, the pixel value is being taken place with the value of x and y. But in the form of 3D, so z will also be included as a coordinate system. And the three of the values which is being placed from the 3D distance pixel values, it is derived in the diagram. So this is what the thing is with respect to the 3D distance between pixels. So the bilateral filtering is being defined with the domain filter, that is Gaussian, the range filter which is similar to the center pixel value, the bilateral filter which is being combined with the domain and the range filter, and with respect to that the filtering process at the step edge output is being done with respect to the color combination, and the 3D distance between the pixels is also counted in the as you can see in the last of the diagram. So this is what we have learned about the bilateral filtering. Also, we have done about the non-linear filtering here in this session. So we have done two types of filtering here, and the next we will be doing in the next session. Thank you.